between the city of Philadelphia. Well, right now, talks are resuming between the city of Philadelphia and its largest union, District Council 33. And so many people are wondering what the city is going to do about the mounting trash problem. And we mean mounting, bordering blocks and street corners. It's just piling up. And all this trash can mean only one thing.
Rodents and bugs. Our Kelly Rule found it is a great time to be in the exterminator business.
The pest control company I spoke with today said they are bracing for an influx of phone calls. And I can tell you a lot of drop-off locations we went to today look like this. The dumpster's about to overflow, but there's not a lot of trash collecting alongside of it. But locations in other neighborhoods look like they haven't been touched at all, and it's starting to become a problem.
Every day we've been soliciting the people to come out to help us make Philly smell good again.
Warren Upchurch with the NOMO Foundation joined his colleagues and kids ages 17 and up, taking matters into their own hands this afternoon, traveling by school bus to areas like this at Allegheny Avenue and C Street, where the trash pileup has gotten out of control.
We're not going to just sit around and let the community get trashed up. We respect the fact that you taking your strike. Okay, cool. But we don't have to sit back and tolerate this.
Negotiations resumed this afternoon between District Council 33 and the city of Philadelphia. But in the meantime, it's day 8 of drop-off locations for trash, as sanitation workers are among the 9,000 municipal workers on strike. We were there as clip workers collected trash at this location in South Philly, but sites like these appeared to get no relief as people continued to drop off in droves.
I'm picking up family members' trash, picking up seniors that I know in the area, and just putting it in the truck and just dumping it. Well, I was a trash man in the city of Chester, so I'm used to the smell, but it's really bad. And it's hazardous.
Maria Fernandez works at the Puerto Rico hot dog food truck nearby. In Spanish, she told us she supports the workers fighting for fair wages, but the sight and smell is impacting business.
It's horrible. It's repugnant. The smell is horrible. When you pick up some of these bag, rats and stuff is running from up under the bags. That's my whole thing. Like, where the rats going to go after this is gone? So why you keep doing this?
Whenever you have trash like this over this type of weather, humidity.
Rich Foreman, owner of Dynamite Pest Control, says for now it's business as usual. But if the strike continues, he's expecting a lot of phone calls.
If the strike continues the way it's been going with the heat and humidity, about another week, the rats and raccoons will be out of control. And the possums, all type of natural wildlife.
And again, city officials reminded everyone yesterday that these sites are not a free pass for illegal dumping. And they said for people to put trash in the dumpsters, not next to it. But when they start to overflow like this, it's bound to happen. Reporting at Broad and Snyder, I'm Kelly Rule, Fox 29 News.
Breaking right now, 4:30 on CBS News.
Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble night. Continue to have a blessed and humble day. This y'all, Shorty Racheal. I want to welcome all of y'all to the Writers for Life brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast, man. What we talking about today? Union drama, city chaos, and late night thoughts straight from a shorty's mind. All right, so let's talk about it. What is going on in Philadelphia? All right, for the past couple days, the shorty's been covering what's happening in Philadelphia. I'm going to do a little bit tonight, and then I'm going to do a little bit in the morning, guys. All right. So we're going to get right into this. All right. So I was just showing y'all a video, right, of what's going on in Philadelphia. The sanitation workers don't come back to work until Monday, according to the news reports and much more. It is really a lot, right? Will this strike be remembered as a turning point for labor equality in Philly, or just a temporary disruption, right? Like, I was a little shocked to see that, Bragg Bauer and his team, how can I say, they just gave up, they folded, right? And y'all want to see the video when I show it to y'all. Like, I'm sitting here, I was like, I thought they was fighting for something higher than the 2%, right? So I think they gave them 2.75%, if I'm not mistaken, right? According to the paperwork, right, it says 3%. I would have went up to the 4. I don't know why, they say they lowered it to the 3%, He admitted it to that. I think that's on the live, on the last live that we did, speaking on what's going on in Philadelphia. Shorty's getting it out her chest, right? So right now we're gonna give y'all updates of what's going on in Philadelphia, right? That's one of the updates of what's happening here in Philly, right? So far there is still trash around in different neighborhoods, different corners, right? I don't get tired of saying it. People in Philly dirty as shit. On some real shit, right? And I'm just speaking on the majority of people. I'm not speaking on everybody. So if the shoe fits, man, wear that bitch, all right? And if it doesn't apply, let it fly, all right? Because the Shorty is just speaking her mind, giving her thoughts about what she's seeing, right, on the things that are happening around her. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, I did a little bike ride. It was a quick little ride. Maybe I think the pool was beyond like an hour and some change, all right? And I showed y'all what they're doing within my community here in North Philadelphia, right? And what's happening. I rode around so that y'all can see, what it looks like out here in the streets. Can y'all see the screen? Nope, y'all can't see the screen. So apparently the strike is over, right? So like I was just asking, will this strike be remembered as a turning point for labor equality in Philly, or just a temporary disruption? All right. Once again, I'm a little curious. Like, they was going hard. Why did they fold? At least they could have went up to a 4%. And I feel as though they could have gotten that 4%. All right. But, they accordingly, in the beginning they were saying 2.75%. They were just a quarter off the 3%. Right? But then they started saying that they got the, 3%. Can the momentum from this strike lead to broader reforms in pensions, healthcare, and job security? What lessons can other cities learn from Philly's labor showdown? On some real shit, like, this was crazy. I don't know. Something's not right. We missing a piece of this puzzle, right? Why fold if you're not going to be satisfied? What was the whole point of striking if you wasn't going to go all the way in? And me personally, I'm hoping that y'all can hear me. Me personally, I feel as though that they folded because the judge got it. The judges have been getting in from the beginning. All right, they ordered the morticians to go to work because the morgue was piling up with dead bodies and much more. Right? They ordered the 911 dispatchers to go back to work. They were ordering a lot of people to go back to work. So, I feel as though that the union leader knew it was going to happen. Like, is this all a play? Is they playing the citizens of Philadelphia? What lessons can other cities learn from Philly's labor showdown? And how do we ensure that the voices of sanitation workers, dispatchers, crossing guards remain heard after the headlines fade? And what's crazy? I feel as though that the crossing guards, right, even though it's a job, right, I feel as though that the crossing guards here in Philadelphia really deserve a raise, right? If y'all was following my lives in the morning when I used to take my Shorty to work, I used to show y'all how the citizens of Philadelphia would disrespect the crossing guards that would sit here and cross the children from school. From one corner of the street to the other, right? It's to the point where a Shorty, right? For those of y'all that haven't seen it, I'm gonna get it up here. It's to the point where a Shorty, right, started a petition, and it's also in my description down below, right, to get a stop sign near my daughter's school, speed bumps, and more crossing guards. I would like to, can I go to my petition? Thank you. But I'm going to let this video play, and I'm going to leave the link to the petition down below. All right, guys. This right here is letting y'all know. Strike ends after Philadelphia municipal workers come to labor agreement with the city. According to this video, the workers came to an agreement with the city, but according to the union leader and the Philadelphia workers, they wasn't satisfied with the agreement. All right. So, I mean, unless the, judge ordered them to, like everybody else, to end the strike, and I feel as though, they had a certain amount of time because something's not being told. Something's been taken off of this story. They're not telling us everything. But if we pay attention, right, if we listen carefully, we could put two and two together. Like when we put two and two together the other day that, the union worker, Greg Balvard, I hope I said his last name right, man. I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. And Sherelle Parker, right? There's tension between them. We came to that conclusion because he said it himself. But let's play this video, right? So according to the news report, according to, the mayor, according to the union leader, the strike ended. The union workers are not happy, but the mayor is. So, I mean, the city is. Let's listen.
Breaking right now, 4:30 on CBS News Philadelphia. After a long night of negotiations, District Council 33 strike in Philadelphia is finally over. A deal has been reached with the city, ending the 8-day strike. We're live with what we're learning about the new agreement and what union leaders are saying after more than 13 hours at the bargaining table. Today is Wednesday, July 9th. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jim Donovan.
And I'm Jan Carabeo in for Janelle Burrell today. Thanks so much for joining us. We will get to weather and traffic in just a moment.
But first, that breaking news. District Council 33 and the city of Philadelphia have reached an agreement effectively ending the largest city workers' strike in the city in nearly 40 years.
CBS News Philadelphia reporter Ross DeMattei has been following this for us all along. He joins us this morning from Community College of Philadelphia's campus in University City with the latest on. Morning, Ross.
Good morning, Jan and Jim. Yeah, news of this deal broke just within the last half an hour here. And what's interesting is that members of District Council 33, the union that has been negotiating with the city over a collective bargaining, a new labor agreement, came out of this meeting about 15 minutes ago, and they were met by members of the media, us included. We were expecting them to give a statement, perhaps even an excited one, the fact that a deal has now been reached, but it was quite the opposite. Led by their president, Gregory Boulware, it was obvious that they were not happy with the terms of this agreement, despite agreeing to it. Boulware, along with some of the members from the District Council 33, stormed by us. They didn't even want to stop to talk to us. He made some comments to us in passing, essentially saying he was disappointed with the agreement that was reached. Don't take my word for it. Let's play the soundbite and show you exactly his reaction as he walked out of negotiations just a short while ago.
I'm not happy or satisfied with the outcome. Workers will be back to work as soon as they can get there. The strike has ended, so workers are to be expected at work tomorrow, or this morning, I guess you could say.
He did not look pleased. He did not look pleased at all. Like, what was the whole point? Was the union's decision to walk out a strategic, damn, I can't even say the word right now, or a necessary risk in a broken system? Like, I'm mad I can't say the word, so I am going to definitely leave this question in the chat down below. I am mad. It was strategic. What the? You know what, Ray? Don't even keep trying. I don't know what's up. That shit just happens sometimes. Shit.
And I just want to read you a statement from Mayor Sherelle Parker. She tweeted this out not too long ago. Very different tone compared to what you just heard from Mr. Boulware with the union. It says, quote, "I have good news tonight for the hardworking men and women of AFS-CME District Council 33 and for every taxpaying resident and business in Philadelphia. The work stoppage involving District Council 33 and the city of Philadelphia is over. We have reached a tentative agreement with District Council 33, which must be ratified by its membership on a new 3-year contract that, coupled with the 1-year contract extension we agreed to last fall, will increase DC 33 members' pay by 14% over my 4 years in office." Now, we're still breaking down the numbers, but my initial calculations are that they already had a 1-year.
So, according to her, she gave them, because in the beginning of everything, they were offering 13%. So now she gave them a 14% plus whatever else. But according to the union leader, he said he's not satisfied. Is 14% enough for any of y'all? Like, a 14%, or would y'all want the whole 15% that's given by law?
Extension in place for a 5% pay increase, which would leave the new deal at 3 years, 3% pay increases each of those 3 years, which is closer to what the city had been pushing for compared to what the union wanted, which was 5% pay increases. Again, we're still breaking down these numbers. We will have much more on this new deal that has been reached in the dark of night over the course of this morning, and we're expecting more statements from the union and the city later on today, but these workers could be back on the job sites as soon as later today. Jim and Janelle, Jan and Jim, back to you guys.
All right. So we know they started, they were back to work yesterday, right? But they don't actually start working till Monday. Did Mayor Sherrell Parker's administration handle negotiations with transparency and respect, right? And that's something that I would like to ask her myself, right? Not just her, but the union workers themselves, right? Will the strike embolden other unions or make city leaders more cautious in future talks? How does celebrity support like LL Cool J and Jasmine Sullivan refusing to perform influence public opinion? And you know what? I don't think a lot of people care. For real. Like, they might have been disappointed that LL Cool J and Jasmine Sullivan wasn't there, but I don't really think they care. For real. I'm going to be very honest. That is just funny for you, right? Did the strike expose deeper vulnerabilities in how Philadelphia's functions day to day? This situation is just crazy.
Bob, let's go right.
Blessings. We got Atmosphere in the building. Blessings, Atmosphere guy. Yo, guys, make sure y'all go check him out. I appreciate you. Welcome to the live, Atmosphere. All right, so this video that we're going to watch, District Council 33 reaches tentative contract agreement with City of Philadelphia.
Right back to the breaking news, which is they got a deal and the strike is over. Let's get out to Shayna.
I mean, did they really get a deal? If they didn't agree with the terms, why hold? I mean, the whole point of striking, right, is to meet your demands, right? But y'all folded. I'm a little confused. I thought you were supposed to go all the way out, even if you get arrested. You see where I'm like, this shit is crazy. Like, I thought the leaders were supposed to, stand in the front lines. Why did the leaders fold?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, within the last hour or so, just after 4 a.m., we had District Council 33 leadership walking out, confirming to us that a deal was met. A tentative agreement has been reached with the city of Philadelphia. After 9 days, the strike has been going on since 12:01 a.m. on July 1st, so going well into the night here in terms of negotiations. But the news this morning is that folks will be going back to work this morning as early as today. Now, the details of this tentative deal were not disclosed from union leadership, but District Council 33 President came out very defeated, saying, unfortunately, the deal was met. Now, when we asked him what that
Damn, was she throwing shots at the leader, at the union leader? She said he came out very defeated. Like, why she say it like that? Like, hold on. She's like, he came out very defeated. Like, is you throwing shots at him? Did he do something to you?
But the news this morning is that folks will be going back to work this morning as early as today. Now, the details of this tentative deal were not disclosed from union leadership, but District Council 33 President came out very defeated, saying, unfortunately, the deal was met. Now, when we asked him what that meant and why he used that term, he said he simply was not happy with the agreement. So the union was certainly vague in those details, saying that the statement's going to come out shortly to kind of.
And that's why I question it. If you wasn't happy with the details as a leader, why did you fold? I mean, the only other thing that I can come, to a conclusion with, right, is that the judge ordered him. So, and if the judge didn't order him, my question remains: why did you fold? Did the strike expose deeper vulnerabilities in how Philadelphia functions day to day? How did social media shape public perception? Was it a tool for solidarity or division? Solidarity, my bad. Solidarity or division. That's why I need to slow the fuck down and take my time when I'm reading. Yeah, I throw shots at myself too. I be fucking up, so I gotta get my shit together.
To give us a breakdown of what this tentative deal will look like. Of course, tentative because the union members must vote on it, but Mayor Cheryl Parker has really put out a statement and also has been really clear in her message in terms of what she was willing to offer in terms of what from the city. And this 3-year contract with 1-year extension that she says will increase member pay over 14% over the next 4 years of her term in office. So based off of that and those details that we've been able to take from her offer, it seems like this is a 3-year deal with a 3% raise each year that she had put on the table initially. Again, well below the 5% annual increase that the union was hoping for. So again, a deal was met, but the union making it very clear this morning they are not happy with what was offered and what they had to accept. Take a listen.
There was a lot of factors involved in what was going on, and we ultimately did what we thought was in the best interest of all of our membership.
What's your message to your members this morning?
That your union stood up and fought for you, and we did the best we could with the circumstances we had in front of us.
Now, Mayor Parker.
Yo, is the union workers in the city of Philadelphia playing the citizens of Philadelphia? Are they playing in our faces? Like, something not right about this strike, yo.
Putting out a statement within the last 30 minutes saying the good news here, calling it good news that this is a historic deal that has been met, and she'll certainly put out more information tomorrow, which is, I guess, today, right, at City Hall. So we'll stand by for more information from the city that we should be getting soon. And of course, the union is set to put out a statement later this morning. So the good news as we come on the air this morning as for Good Day Philadelphia, if you're just waking up, the strike is over. Sanitation workers will be getting back to work, dispatch workers, the folks that work with our parks and recreation for the pools, really just 9,000 members here represented from District Council 33. And with this deal being met, they will be back to work as early as this morning. Karen.
All right, can't come.
Yo, they is shout the fuck out. They is really shout the fuck out. Contemporary chaos like trash piling up lead to long-term civic awareness and reform. All right, I'm going to leave this right here. Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out how long is it going to take for them to clean up this damn garbage all over the streets, right? And what fucks me up is that the leaders of our own communities in Philadelphia told people to do this. That's what fucks me up.
Come soon enough, certainly, Shayna, for so many folks. Let's get over there and talk about the trash because that's been one of the big issues that everybody's been focused on, Hank.
Yeah, no question about it, Karen, and good morning. We're right here on Allegheny Avenue, right where it meets Rose Hill, which is really just a half a block west of C Street, and a long line of garbage here. There's one container here. Yeah, it is one of City Department of Sanitation's pickup points. So you do have a container here, but it's the same as it's been, for the better part of the last week. That container's all the way up to the top. You've got several containers worth of garbage on either side of it. And then as you take a look further down Rose Hill Street, as we stand, there's no telling what you got going on there for a full block on down there. There is a container further down there. That one's all the way up to the top and more dumping all the way around the back of that. So with Mayor Parker putting her statement out, good morning, sir. With Mayor Parker putting her statement out saying that combined with the extension from last year, in the next 3 years, it would be 14% increases. That would be the 4% increase that they got in the extension, plus about 10% over the next 3 years. Reading in between the lines, they haven't put details out yet. That's a little
So for those of you watching, right, or for those of y'all catching the replay, do y'all believe that that is fair for the union workers and the sanitation workers of Philadelphia and all the workers, 911 dispatchers, cross guards, caretakers for the parks and pool maintenance and much more?
Bit more than the 3% per year that City Hall wanted to pay, but it would represent a pretty big give from DC 33. Again, we wait for their official statements to come out on the details, but other details are needed right now. Karen, I've been to the Department of Sanitation's website, I've been to Street's website, and, obviously, like everybody else, I found the mayor's statement on the city's Twitter page. What we're looking for is information now on exactly when people can start putting their garbage out front of their houses.
Look at that.
Instead of bringing it down here to city collection points, which are clearly visibly out.
Like, this is not helping. This is polluting. Like, will these streets get cleaned up? We'll find out, because there's this guy that I watch here on Philadelphia called Police Block Captain, and he rode around in his car and in his bike, right, taking video footage of this since day one. All right, so he's got an update of how the streets look, right, when they started cleaning up in certain areas of Philadelphia. Not all areas, but certain areas.
Out of control. When will pickups resume in front of the house again? Will that be today, later today, tomorrow morning?
Monday.
Hoping for the city to speak up on this this morning. Karen Happ.
Absolutely. Thank you, Hank Flynn.
Shit, man. They're not going to start picking up the trash until Monday. I cut my lip somehow. Ooh, that's going to leave an ugly mark. I stayed doing that. I don't know why. So, with that being said, did the strike deepen public empathy for workers or create resentment over halted services? I don't know why I said hated services. Jeez. Halted services, right? And is the cost of disruption justified when workers can't afford to live in the city they serve? Because according to the workers, right, they say they cannot afford to live in the city of Philadelphia. And I don't think none of us can. On some real shit. A lot of us are living, check by check. You see where I'm coming from? We got to sit here. We got to work 9 to 5s. Some of us got to work on, got to depend on disabilities, right? Some of us can't go to work until we fully heal from accidents or whatever happened within our lives, right? Like, it's so many. Yeah, this is crazy. Philly, what is we going to do? All right, we're going to move on to the next video. All right, guys. I am going to do a part 2 again. On Philadelphia's update tomorrow. Right? We're not just going to talk about the trash. All right? We're going to talk about other situations. Other things that are happening within the city of Philadelphia. But for right now, we're going to show you all these videos right here real quick, right? And then I'm going to show y'all a few clips of what's happening around Philadelphia, like, between the gun violence and much more.
That breaking news, the 8-day.
Oof. The strike ended on the 9th day. So, right, strike ends after Philadelphia leaders, union officials reach a deal. I'm just trying to figure out, why did they reach a deal? If they didn't agree to the deal, that to me is, I don't know, the dumbest thing somebody could do.
With that breaking news, the 8-day Philadelphia city worker strike is over.
The union has reached a tentative deal with DC 33. Action News reporter Corey Davis is live in West Philadelphia.
And Corey, the union president gave you interesting and maybe somewhat confusing reaction to the deal.
Hey, good morning. So the union president is saying that he isn't happy with the deal, but decided to go forward with it because, according to him, he felt it was the best interest of his union members. So we do know that this deal is a 9% wage increase over 3 years. That is very close to the 8.75% that Mayor Sherrell Parker was pushing for, but a lot lower than the 15% the union was initially demanding. So once again, 9% over.
So it is a lot lower than what they wanted, but higher than what they expected.
For 3 years. We spoke with the union president after he left this building here following negotiations and asked him what's next for his members.
That your union stood up and fought for you, and we did the best we could with the circumstances we had in front of us.
What's in the best interest of your members?
To be able to earn a living for themselves and their families.
So you're saying a 3-year deal?
Correct.
Are you at least saying that there was some kind of wage increase that was made?
There was.
So the 9,000 members of District Council 33 walked off the job when their contract expired on July 1st. We saw the trash piling up across the city as sanitation workers walked the picket line for 9 days. But trash collectors only make up a portion of union members, which also includes 911 dispatch, medical examiners.
Yo, the Shorty really had a poster up saying, who's answering 911? Obviously not you, because you're not at work and you striking. But didn't that backfire, Shorty? Like, damn, what the fuck?
Library workers, and airport maintenance, to name a few of those positions. We know negotiations involved more than just wage increases and included healthcare benefits, paid time off, and pension contributions. But it was the pay that really took the focus during this strike, as workers said they were struggling to make a living wage. They'll now make a final vote on whether to approve the 9% raise. That total is coupled with a 5% increase they got during last year's contract extension. So it all totals out to 14% over the mayor's first term. Mayor Sherelle Parker is calling that 4-year total historic and has said that no other mayor has offered a raise that high over one term. I want to give you a look there at a statement from the mayor saying, in part, quote, "We're valuing our workforce and we're safeguarding our city's hard-earned fiscal stability at the same time." The union president also saying that it's likely that workers will be returning to the job this morning. So we'll definitely stay on top of that. We've asked the city, what should people do if they have trash pickup today? Should they take it to the temporary dump sites or should they put it on the curb? We're still waiting on a...
Y'all gonna tell them to keep taking it to the dump site? Because I don't think that's what they want. Let me see if I can find the videos real quick. Like, people out here tripping. There's people still taking trash to the dump sites. Like, knowing that I think some in some places, in some areas, they did, take they start picking up trash. All right, I'm not gonna react to that video probably until tomorrow. But hold on one second. Let's get back over here. I'm about to show y'all something. I'm gonna play another video while I look for the video that I'm looking for. Somebody got paid under the table. I feel you. And listen. Shout out to Atmosphere Guy. I wasn't gonna say that until I showed the conference. The conference. Ray, come on. You know how to pronounce words. What the? Racheal, you know how to pronounce words. What's going on with you, man? Get it together, Shorty. Wait, because I got to make sure I don't play the conference. Give me 1 second. Yeah, see? I just had to make sure I ain't play the conference.
Begins with NBC 10's Lauren Make. Lauren, this deal is just the first step in all of this.
Yeah, Fred, there is still quite a bit to do. There is the cleanup operation. There is actually getting this tentative agreement ratified by union members. And then there is just getting all of this underway. A lot more to do here in the city.
To the men and women of District Council 33, I know this has been a very difficult week and a day.
In City Hall, Mayor Parker with a message for the workers who've been out on strike and the residents who've watched the strike play out amid tensions and trash.
Nobody wants to see mounds of trash sitting by dumpsters or worse, by the side of a road or a street. I know the situation, it wasn't pleasant for anyone. And I didn't like seeing it any more than you did.
Negotiators overnight coming to an agreement the union president didn't like.
Because I'm not happy or satisfied with the outcome.
His message to Philadelphia.
The city of Philadelphia has to do better by its members, has to put the members and the workers who handle all the essential functions as a priority in the city. I don't feel like that's been done. And they absolutely have to prioritize things.
Mayor Parker today insisting the workers are valued, at one point giving labor a shout out in City Hall.
Give labor a round of applause.
And saying of herself,
I am and always have been an unapologetically proud pro-union, pro-labor, pro-worker elected official.
This deal bringing the strike, which sometimes got personal.
Yeah, I can't find the video.
The mayor today talking about what's ahead to move forward.
In District Council 33.
I'm gonna have to show y'all the video tomorrow, but yes, correct atmosphere. That's what it sounds like. Somebody got paid under the table. Was it the union leader? Was it Sherelle Parker? Was it both Sherelle Parker and the union leader? Because something, I don't know. Something's not adding up. You're absolutely correct.
President Boulware, respectfully, I know that we're going to need some healing time.
I cannot find the video.
You can't get through something as intense as this and not have to go through healing time.
In addition to the details in that contract that you laid out, there's another provision in there that would give workers, after they've been with the city for 4 years, give them a 2% boost. About half the DC 33 members are eligible for that right away. Live in Center City, I'm Lauren Make, NBC 10 News.
Right now, residents in Philadelphia breathing a sigh of relief. The District Council 33 strike coming to an end and a tentative deal is on the table. The strike ends after nearly 9 days. The deal, a 3-year contract with a total of a 14% raise over Mayor Sherelle Parker's first term. And the mayor today celebrating what she calls a historic deal.
But not everyone is happy with it. The $115 million tentative agreement increases pay by 3% annually for the next 3 years. In addition, members will receive a one-time $1,500 bonus. The city calls the deal fair and says it reflects the city's commitment to the workforce. But the union says it still feels shortchanged.
This city moves and works because you do. Give our District Council 33.
The city of Philadelphia has to do better by its members, has to put the members and the workers who handle all the essential functions as a priority in the city. I don't feel like that's been done.
Now it is up to the union to either vote and approve the tentative agreement or turn it down. And now that the work stoppage is over, there are many questions about what's next for the city. Our Shawnette Wilson will have that part of the story in a few minutes. But first to our Steve Keeley and when the mounds of trash will finally be off the streets.
Caution, bus is turning.
An 8-day, 4-hour-long strike can sure create a big backlog of things in desperate need of fixing. Shutting off and cleaning up. And it doesn't appear that anyone wants to leave lots of trash in their homes until their next scheduled pickups that don't even begin until next week. How good is it to have these guys back to work?
Oh, it's outstanding. I'm glad they're back. We need to move these things out of the neighborhood.
Among the thousands of DC 33 city employees back on the job today, 65-year-old sanitation staffer DeWitt Simon. You happy to be back to work?
Yeah.
Back on the job just 2 hours and back to being a top enforcer of the no tossing bulk items in city trash dumpsters.
Why is this time? Total stuff. It ain't got nothing to do with it. Whatever you talking about, got it back.
It's open season for the people. They just do what they want to do. Getting rid of everything.
Look how quick Simon and his colleagues got Allegheny Avenue and Road. People are still coming here while you're here, throwing stuff they're not supposed to throw away.
Not supposed to. Not supposed to at all.
So
I'm trying to stop them.
Was that tough being out of work for 8 days?
No, not really. I've got to relax a little bit more. But I had to be on the picket line 11 at night to 7 in the morning.
Was it worth going out on strike?
Yes.
You made your point?
Are you sure it was worth going on? Listen, I hear rumor of them going back on strike. So Philadelphia, don't get so comfortable because I have a feeling they're going back on strike. I think they get a certain amount of time now to do the strike so it don't cause so much chaos. But how much pollution can Philadelphia take? How much more pollution can it take? The streets were already polluted between between the addicts, right? Because, it's a combination. Pill poppers, right? Heroin addicts, crackheads, and much more. Between them, the homeless, and dirty ass motherfuckers in Philadelphia, the streets, the sewers already had rats. Alright? They already had them. Now, this situation made it worse when DC 33 were telling people to throw their trash out in the streets because it would help them with the strike. Now, let's hope that all this trash gets cleaned up before they end up in another strike, if they do end up in another strike. He said it was worth it. Your leader folded. And I think people are right. I think him or both, him and Sherelle Parker, got paid under the table.
Make it better for them in the future.
Simon, the plan is to take the dumpsters all away tomorrow?
Yes.
When they take the dumpsters away, do you think people like this are going to come up and still just dump stuff on the freshly cleaned street here?
It's a possibility, great possibility, but they shouldn't.
And until trash pickup starts again on Monday, what does Simon think people are going to do with their trash?
They're going to sit it on the corner somewhere. That's what they're going to do. Especially if they see we out here cleaning up piles, they're going to pile it back up. That's what they're going to do. You'll see.
Oh, people do that. Yep, that is so Philly. I believe him, yo. That is so Philly. I believe it. I believe it.
In Harrogate, Steve Keeley, Fox 29 News.
But we begin with the effort to return Philadelphia back to normal after a tentative deal was reached to end the city workers' strike.
District Council 33 and the city came to a tentative agreement yesterday. City trash and recycling pickup is slated to resume on Monday as city services get back on track.
Action News reporter Maggie Kent joining us live in Andorra with the latest on all this. Hey, Maggie.
Hey, guys. Yeah, so we're already seeing improvements here in Andorra and throughout the area.
But y'all always going through the nice neighborhoods. Get out of the Mayor's Parkway, right? And come over here. Come to the trenches. Why y'all so scared of the trenches? Y'all go to the neighborhoods that y'all know are constantly cleaned and maintained. Why don't y'all get out of those neighborhoods and come to the trenches?
As we've been driving around this morning, you can see some of the DC 33 workers are here back at work as people are continuing to use these temporary sites to dump their trash. We're expecting trash pickup to resume as normal on Monday. And I know a lot of people are excited about that. Right down the street, there's Houston Playground here in Andorra, and they have the splash pads open. They also have their rec centers back open. Rec centers were also affected by this DC 33 strike with limited hours throughout that 9-day strike period. Now they're seeing those extended hours return again. Across the area, we're seeing DC 33 back at work as they wait to vote in this tentative contract. In the Northeast, Mack trucks are hauling away dumpsters this morning along Red Lion Road and Calera Road. In Fox Chase, there are still piles to clean up as residents wait for normal scheduled trash pickup to resume on Monday. At Pine Road and Shady Lane, they're still utilizing the
That's crazy. That's funny though, atmosphere. If they went to where the workers stay, guess what? They'll be right here with us. Because the majority of those sanitation workers live in the hoods. That's why I'm trying to figure out, like, what's up? I know not all of them. Some of them live in the nicer areas. But the majority of y'all live in the motherfucking trenches. So I'm trying to figure out why? What in the world is going on? All right. Y'all were supposed to fight for a better pay, which y'all folded for. But the cities are polluted. What did y'all gain out of this? Was it worth it? Is it worth it? Bodies were piling up in the morgues because morticians decided to strike. I mean, I feel as though there were other ways, like I was saying in one of my lives. I can't remember what live I was saying it on. But if the leaders of Philadelphia, right, these union workers, right, the leaders that were there, would have gotten together with the block captains of Philadelphia, which I was one of them, and I showed a little proof. That's a card that I could show. I don't give a fuck. I could show that card. There's nothing personal in that card. I showed it. Right? I'm a leader of my community. A lot of us would have gotten with them and striked. Probably would have gotten our platforms if we, more had platform. I know I got a platform. And talked about it. Made it go viral. There's other ways, especially with the technology that we have now, to do things than to dirty our streets, than to pollute our streets. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you feel offended with what I just said, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Friends Hospital's right around the motherfucking corner. Because this is crazy. How long is it going to take them to clean this up? And once they're done, y'all have to still wash down these streets. So y'all going to go around every neighborhood, every street with them little trucks, with the brushes underneath them, right? To scrub these streets. All this trash that were on these streets, on the grass, is people is Clip ready to, trim these grass down? Because this is going to take a whole combination. Unity between the sanitation workers and Clip in Philadelphia to get this job done. And I'm sitting here, how in the world are y'all leaders of the city telling people to go ahead and pollute our own streets? And people went and did it like little kids. Yes, mommy. Yes, daddy. Tell me when, master. I'm already used to it. I sit in my car and I just, I sit here and I litter in front of all the people's houses. I don't give a fuck. When I order my Chinese food, I eat my chicken wings and I throw the bones on their steps as long as my car is clean. That's why I said I'm going to cut this shit down the fucking middle. The same way I'm going to talk shit about the sanitation workers, I'm going to talk shit about the fucking Philadelphia citizens. And when I talk shit about the sanitation workers, it's because motherfuckers act like they sit here and they pay or they buy people's trash cans. And then when there's people out here that cannot afford a fucking trash bag that is strong to hold their trash, right? Instead of them holding the trash, there's certain ways you grab these bags. But y'all want to grab these bags like y'all out here, I don't know, holding a bag of laundry. Like y'all just want to throw it on y'all back and forget, oh shit, that shit can pop. And y'all don't clean it. It's the job of us block captains to clean that shit when it happens. And guess what? At least y'all get paid. Do y'all think we get paid? We don't get paid. And shout out to all the block captains that have to sit here and clean after the sanitation workers after trash day. Because like I said, I'm cutting it down the motherfucking middle. Like, what the fuck? All this for what? Was it worth it? Is y'all going to go around with these trucks, right, with soap and water cleaning these streets? Yes, and I'm saying it like that because there's some disgusting shit. Sewers clogged up, full of trash. Something that the water department now has to deal with. Let's be real. Was it worth it once again?
Designated sanitation sites. As those sites close, city amenities start to reopen. During the strike, some city pools were shut down, as were rec centers, and library hours were cut back. By Monday, the city hopes to have all pools filled and reopened. Now, there's mixed feelings about this whole situation. I spoke to some DC 33 union members who say that they're disappointed by the tentative agreement that would be a 3%.
So why fold? Either y'all got paid under the table, a judge ordered y'all, or y'all just folded. I wasn't there, so I can't talk, right? These are just my opinions, and I just gave a few of them. That's it. Simple as that. I'm not going to bash nobody or bring them down. I just think this is a fucked up situation.
increase over 3 years, each year, 3% with a $1,500 bonus. Some residents, though, say they are happy to see this all coming to an end, especially as it started to drag on for those 9 days and these dumpsters became full. We also saw trash on the streets. They're happy to see that DC 33 is back up and running. We don't know just yet, though, when the union members will be voting on this tentative deal. We're live in Andorra. Maggie Kent, Channel 6 Action News. Tam?
You know, Maggie, I think a lot of people will be glad when there's a button in this and we truly feel that we have moved on past the trash. Thank you. You can.
Shit, man. With all of this, did the strike deepen public empathy for workers or create resentment over halted services? And I feel as though that is like, I'm going to say it's a 50-50, right? In my opinion. If you're from Philadelphia, feel free to leave a comment down below. Not just leave a comment, but also put some solutions on the table of what can really be done. Is the cost of disruption justified when workers can't afford to live in the city they serve? How do we measure success in labor movements by numbers, public support, or systematic changes? Can a strike be considered worth it if it restores dignity, even if the financial gains fall short? And I feel as though on this one, I don't see it. Because they still ended up accepting the same shit that they were rejecting in the beginning. They didn't really get a raise. So I'm confused. Even though the deal is not bad. And yes, the mayor made a little historic moment. But why fold? Things that make you wonder, right? So let's watch one more video because I got a video that I want to show y'all. Oh wait, we're supposed to be getting to
Mike and Alex back.
We're supposed to be getting to what they were saying, right? I'm tripping. No, it's not one more video. Let's keep going. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's get into the 7:33. And speaking of 33.
Yes, our next guest. Well, as you know, the strike is over and the tentative deal is in place, but it still needs to be voted on and approved. So we have District Council.
Oh, so it's not really pushed all the way through. So it seems like these workers might be going back to work. I mean, might be going back to strike. So Philadelphia, don't get so comfortable. I don't know. Now listen, it still has to be voted on. The deal went. How can you say the deal went through if it still has to be voted on? So they could still be shut down on this deal. Where the fuck is Shapiro at?
33 President Greg Boulware here. But first we want to show you, because the news broke yesterday morning around 4 a.m. and the cameras were there as he was walking out, and this is what it looked like.
Any info, Mr. Boulware? We're hearing that I spoke with the attorney outside and he told me that the deal has been reached. Can you confirm?
Yeah, yes, there's a deal been reached, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, tell us why, unfortunately. Why you use that word?
Because I'm not happy or satisfied with the outcome of things.
So why fold?
Really dejected.
There you go.
Has your mood changed at all?
No, I'm not dejected. I'm still quite frustrated by the entire process. I think my job is to echo the sentiment of our members. Our members are very frustrated with how the administration has dealt with us and not truly recognize the issues that we're facing on a regular basis.
Now, when that video went out and a lot of folks were reacting, one of the comments, because you said, I'm not happy or satisfied, or we're not happy or satisfied. And some of the comments were, well, then why did you agree? Why not just keep going? What do you say to that?
Right. There was a number of factors. One, we would see our membership. We could tell that they were fatigued out on the lines. You know, the first 2 days of the strike, there was a heavy rainpour out there, and members were soaked and tired. And we had a heat wave behind that. And some people, nobody.
Yo, I can't. Hold up. Wait a minute. Y'all knew that there was. Listen, y'all watch the weather. Y'all work with the city. Y'all work with, make Philadelphia more beautiful. Y'all work with the city director, with the eco green system and all that shit. Y'all telling me y'all didn't know that these heat waves were coming? There's still a few more heat waves coming our way. Y'all didn't know about the heat waves. Y'all didn't know about the storms and the rains that was going to be constantly back to back, especially when the fucking mayor announced it. Listen, this is not to bash him. I'm just trying to comprehend what just happened. If that was the issue, that you should have never did it, because when you strike, you're supposed to go all the way through. It's like boycott. When you boycott, see, the problem is y'all wasn't ready or prepared. So I feel as though y'all did get paid. Did you get paid, or was it somebody else that got paid? No, but see, you're the leader. You're the one that says yay or nay. Come on, Greg. Like, I fucked with all of y'all, and look what's going on.
For a fact, as one, we would see our membership. We could tell that they were fatigued out on the lines. You know, the first 2 days of the strike, there was a heavy rain pour out there, and members were soaked and tired. And we had a heat wave behind that. And some people, nobody truly wanted to have to be out on that line to strike, but we collectively stood together as a body to make sure we could advocate for what we thought was in our best interest, and we needed.
So nobody really wanted to strike. See, y'all wasn't prepared. Y'all wasn't ready. Y'all didn't really want to do this, because a leader stands in the front line, even if the ones behind him quit, give up, or are forced to leave. The leader stays in that front line. That leader takes the bullet. That leader gets arrested. Listen, the leader takes all. But the leader folded, and I'm confused. I'm confused. Like, what the fuck?
Well, then why did you agree? Why not just keep going? What do you say to that?
Right. There was a number of factors. One, we would see our membership. We could tell that they were fatigued out on the lines. You know, the first 2 days of the strike, there was a heavy rain pour out there, and members were soaked and tired. And we had a heat wave behind that. And some people, nobody truly wanted to have to be out on that line to strike, but we collectively stood together as a body to make sure we could advocate for what we thought was in our best interest. And we needed wages that actually met the economic levels in the city that we live in. And so people were willing to do that. But and we also had a timeline. Unfortunately, the city was trying to pick us apart with injunctions all over the place. The first one came literally 30 seconds after we called the strike for members of the water department that were forced to go back to work.
Get back to work.
Yeah. We had members of 911 operators that were forced.
I mean, listen, the member of the water department had to go back to work. Listen, Philadelphia is fixing the streets, the manholes, the potholes, the sewers, and they got to work hand in hand with the Philadelphia Water Department. Like, that's why I'm like, yo, there's only one thing that the people of power will understand, and that's boycotting. And people are not willing to do that. And before you even boycott, you have to make sure that you're ready and prepared to do that. I've been saying that constantly on my last few lives, and I'm saying it now. Blessings, Jug FL, ex-promoter. Welcome to the live. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support, yo.
Back to work. The city filed injunctions and said they had issues with picketing and protesting a lot of the locations. So there was too many people out there. They were being unruly and things like that. And it was really a projection from the city on their end, trying to do what they need to get that injunction.
Sounds like you were echoing Attorney Sam Spears' statement, and I think we have it. Did you think the point of the strike is to create enough discomfort to get them, the city, to meet as many of the demands as we can get them to meet? But at the same point, then there's the threat of an injunction by a judge to stop the whole thing. That happened back in 1986.
Correct.
After about 20 days, a judge said, hey, this...
And y'all didn't do your research? Y'all didn't learn from the past? I mean, if it happened in 96 exactly like that, why are y'all doing it again the same exact way? You got motherfuckers talking about that they want to make a change, they want to make a difference, but still stuck in the same phase. You got motherfuckers talking about that they want to chase a bag, but stay at home and nag. Then when you ask them what they need, they say less talking, more opinions, no prayers with division. You ask me, y'all need to focus more on revision, rely less on television. How you want a future you have no vision? This world is just like fiction. What we need is more talking, less opinions, more prayers with no division. Before you come up with a conclusion, giving people false illusions, pick up a book, do your research, learn your history before you end up in a ditch making history. Division and religion isn't working. The only way to show God our faith and love is through our actions. Our convictions is the only thing that really unite us. One God, one nation, different beliefs. There's words that can't fly with the wind. There's insults that are not violent. Meanwhile, while you're holding them, they're killing you on the inside. If I was to tell you that I didn't hurt, I would be lying. Would you believe me if I was to tell you that there's truths that lie, especially when they're telling you that they're indifferent? Getting shoved to the side because you're different. There's a hug out there someone didn't receive today. Probably because of what was said about them yesterday. Probably because of the way they was dressed today. Not realizing that the one that they hate could be the one that saves their day. But you know what? Thanks to them, it's another day in history where you get to flip the pages to your book and speak your story. And Lord, it's unholy. But you know what hurts the most? As I walk down the street and I see how easily we're divided. When we all should be united. One body, one mind, one soul, a million talents. Lord, without you, we're all divided. Forgive them, Lord, for they don't know any better. They don't know that there's someone out there that loves them. They definitely don't, man. I'm telling y'all, man, people keep thinking they're independent when we live in a world where we are dependent on each other.
This is getting bad for our health. You got to stop. Do you think that injunction was coming?
Oh, it was definitely coming. On top of the fact that we had already had like 4 injunctions at that point, and we knew that they were continuously going to continue to keep coming. And it's unfortunate that the city just didn't want to truly meet with us in good faith to get what we, our members, the men and women, deserve.
So, what did you think when you heard Mayor Parker say this yesterday about this is the best deal in 30 years?
Over my 4-year term, it's the largest pay increase proposal in one term of any Philadelphia mayor in over 30 years.
So anybody in Philadelphia that's been here, for over 30 years, I've only existed on this world for 35 years, right? And I think the last, strike they had in Philadelphia that was like this was 38 years to be exact. So it was before I was even born. Anybody that's older than me and, that knows a little more about the history about Philadelphia, because I'm just learning it. I don't know everything. I'm not perfect. I'm beyond it. All right. Like, if y'all know, listen, is this really a historic record? According to many, it is. All right. I'm still trying to research and see, has she broken history? So far, I can't say she hasn't because I can't prove it. All right. But shout out to Cheryl Parker.
The largest one-term 4-year pay increase of any mayor in over 30 years.
Well, that's accurate.
Yeah, it's accurate, but it's also
so he's agreeing. He is agreeing that it's accurate.
Yeah, it's accurate, but it's also a projection for what she's trying to portray out to the public. The reality is 6 months ago, we signed a 1-year extension. At that time, we were trying to actually negotiate a 4-year deal. And so to connect that particular aspect to what we're currently going through is a little bit of a falsehood. It's a change of words around. This particular one that they were offering was an 8.75 percentage increase for our members. We wound up settling for a little more than that, but that's not the truth about.
Damn. Nutter ain't do shit in his term. So Randall did a 5% increase in his first term. Nutter ain't do shit. Street did a 9% in his first term. Kenny 11.5 increase in his first term. Now Parker did okay, so she did. She broke it. Can somebody else break her little record? Will she be able to break her record on the next term? I mean, that's if they vote for her, because a lot of people mad. But like I tell people, man, y'all need to go higher up than her. Why y'all mad at her? Because the people rejecting the terms is the other people on the table.
What exactly was going on? So.
And of course, on the screen, we have some of the past mayors and what the increases were in there, and some of them no increases, like with Mayor Nutter.
Right.
To put that in perspective.
And that's over their whole
term.
Correct.
4-year term.
Correct.
And also in addressing that press conference yesterday, what did you think about the fact, at one point she was even emotional about what the process had been like from her perspective. What were your thoughts watching that moment and watching that press conference?
Well, one, the mayor was never in the process. So
what do you mean?
The mayor doesn't sit into the process of negotiating.
She's not at those meetings?
No, not at all.
But I guess she's having phone calls with the people.
So who's at those meetings? Does this have to do with the personal tension that you and Sherelle have? What is the problem with Greg Bover and Sherelle Parker? Let me see. Let me search it up a little bit. Let's find out. Why is there personal issues between Philadelphia's union leader and Sherelle Parker? It's not going to tell me here. So whatever it is, is not public. So, if y'all missed my live, go catch it, right? Make sure y'all catch up to all the lives I've done, talking about what's going on here in Philadelphia, and y'all will see where I'm coming from. I'm not sure I think it was on Get It Off My Chest part 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken.
That press conference.
Well, one, the mayor was never in the process. So
what do you mean?
The mayor doesn't sit into the process of negotiating.
She's not at those meetings?
No, not at all.
But I guess she's having phone calls with the people who are.
Yeah, she has her staff that represent.
Oh shit! So he exposing the mayor. He mad at the mayor right now. He's like, don't give that bitch no credit. She don't come here. She don't do shit. She stay at her house, and everybody else around her, and her administration does the work for her. She's like a Trump. She just orders people to fuck around. Dead.
That's her and those particular issues, but she wasn't at the table in those instances. I mean, and the emotional part, we were the emotional ones. We're the ones that are underpaid. We're the ones that had 2 of our members that were struck down. And it took to that press conference before the mayor finally came out and said something publicly in regards to those men and women.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I don't know that we ever say what the salary of somebody who's one of your workers, like a trash collector. What is it? 47,000, 48,000?
Roughly, it's like 44 to 46,000, and a lot of that, quite honestly, is overtime. Like these men and women have to bust their humps working overtime. They're mandated to work overtime to get these streets clean.
And they're gonna have to work overtime now to get these streets cleaned. Super overtime.
Cleaned up. We all see how the streets have been over the last, 7, 8 days, and they truly,
I mean, it's their fault. Y'all told these people to do it, and people like fucking followers doing it. So now they're complaining because they gotta bust their humps. Yeah, ask for that overtime because y'all asked for that support. And that's why I said this wasn't the way to go about it. Because that same mess y'all asked to make, now y'all gotta do it. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? That's all I'm gonna keep saying. Was it worth it? Was it worth polluting the goddamn streets of Philadelphia for you to fold? For one of y'all to get paid under the table? And I don't know if it was you or the mayor, because I'm looking at both of y'all side eye. I'm giving both of y'all the bombastic side eye.
earn, should earn more than what they're
We're going to go a little extra. Roll that shot of the mayor saying that the relationship is broken right now.
About anything that we were, woulda, coulda, shoulda, not a part of our calculus. We're here trying to bring our family back together.
Can you get back together?
Yeah, when the city of Philadelphia and whomever is sitting in the seat of the mayor finally actually recognize the economic strife that our members go through on a regular basis. You can't claim to be pro-union, pro-labor, pro-worker, and then not acknowledge and try to make steps to do things that changes that economic status for people.
You can't claim to be a leader, a warrior, and fold. Listen, man, I was with you and I was with her. I was not picking a side. You see where I'm coming from? But right now, I don't know what's going on with you. But I feel as though you got paid. Hopefully not. But I feel as though a lot of people is right now.
She just said the raise, though, was just not viable for the budget of the city of Philadelphia.
Well, I mean, the mayor also tried to connect the housing initiative to our membership, and that had nothing to do with it at all. Unfortunately, if you have a program that's in place to try to get poor folks that are into housing, once you have them into housing, they then still have to be able to afford to live in that housing. They have to keep up with utilities and upkeep, and if you don't have a livable wage,
the deal be ratified?
I'm hopeful that it will be.
And when will that vote be?
Well, see, Greg, right now, Fox 29 is looking at you like, yo, we get paid better than you. And that's some fucked up shit. They're over there like, they really don't care about what you're saying. They just need this report right here to give to us to get the views, and they get that paycheck.
We'll start doing the ratification, I believe, on Monday.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
We'll
Good to see you, Greg.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take a break.
All right. So we're going to play the press conference tomorrow and other videos. All right. So we're going to get to this video real quick. But before we get to this video, I'm going to ask y'all a couple questions. Give me 1 second while I set it up. All right. So before we get to the next video, let me ask you this few questions. Does a 14% pay increase over 4 years truly reflect the value of essential city workers, or is it just a start? Can a strike be considered worth it if it restores dignity, even if the financial gains fall short? How do we measure success in labor movements? By numbers, public support, or systematic change? And is the cost of disruption justified when workers can't afford to live in the city they serve? Did the strike awaken a new sense of civic engagement among Philadelphians, or deepen political apathy? How can the city use this moment to educate residents about labor history and union power? Will artists, influencers, and community leaders amplify the workers' voices or move on to the next headline? And what's crazy is, how can we amplify the workers' voices when the leader of that union folded? How can the city use this moment to educate residents about labor history and union power? Oh, my bad. I don't know why I just read that question again. My bad. What does this strike say about the future of urban labor movements in America? And is economic justice for workers compatible with physical responsibility for taxpayers? So with me asking these questions, and hopefully y'all can leave y'all comments down below and let us Shorty know what y'all thinking, how y'all feel, right? We can get these discussions started, right? And let's talk about it. So I'm gonna play this last video, right? Because I'm past over the hour. But let me play this last video, which was uploaded by what's it? I stay forgetting his name. AK Cole. Let me give him a like, because he did a good job on putting this video together. He says, Philly waiting for cleanup. Maggots crawling into homes. See it. And this is disgusting because, ugh. This has got to be in the areas where all that trash is piled up really, really bad. And guys, this is not my video, so I do gotta pause this video every 2 minutes, all right, and give my commentary. I just cannot let it play. Look at this. For those of y'all that are not in Philadelphia, if this is what y'all cities look like, right? How would y'all feel? What would y'all do? And I guess that's why the judge probably was getting, was putting his foot down heavy on a lot of the strikers, because look at what's going on. This is way more than just vandalism. We are polluting our streets, making it worse. Listen, the big ass rats that are as big as me in New York, they don't want to be over there. They got a free invitation over here. Free food. Look at that shit.
Those who answer the call of the vagabond know that the best stories aren't about where you went.
But we begin with the effort to return Philadelphia back to.
Do y'all see that? Like, look at the maggots. The maggots on top of the trash. I'm going to fast forward it, guys, so y'all can see. Because we already seen that news report video. Look at this shit. On the weekend, we're going to ride around in my community, in the HP community, right? To see, is the streets worse or are they cleaning up? Because not at every street, the trash gets picked up. Now, on my street, the trash gets picked up on Tuesdays, right? On other streets, the trash gets picked up Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. You see where I'm coming from? So we're going to see. We're going to ride around and see if there's still trash around and stuff like that. We did it the other day, right? Within, we rode around a couple blocks around my community to see which ones had trash, right? And stuff like that. And it wasn't many blocks that were dirty. So shout out to HP for keeping the community. I mean, I'm not going to say all the blocks were clean, but shout out to Philly for keeping the community together. I'm not going to say the same thing about the Hunting Park, because y'all fucked up. After the 4th of July, y'all destroyed that park. Y'all, all of y'all, right? All of y'all that partied in that park should go back and clean that shit. But listen, the judge will have to look at hours of footage to see who were the people that destroyed that park and where they live at. And I think that would be invading privacy. No, that's not. Because they committed kind of a crime. Yeah, they littered the shit out that fucking park.
And trash removal, y'all. Big Dan, Masad Construction. Woo! This is stuff they don't show you, y'all, when you in all weathers. It don't matter if it's sunny, if it's raining, or if it's snowing. Big Dan got your back. Look at this.
I ain't gonna sit here. They decided to sit here and make a hustle, right? And in the beginning, I was promoting them. I was like, hey, go pay them the $5, $20, 5 bags for $20. Like, listen, pay them. Y'all go out there, y'all buy bud, y'all do this. And look, when I started finding out, I said, I'm not doing it. Look, I started finding, this is what they were doing. This is some crazy shit. Okay, y'all were helping out neighbors, keep their fronts clean because y'all was picking up the trash and go taking it. But y'all were supposed to put it inside dumpsters, not throw it outside. This is the most disrespectful thing. I'm like saying, okay, y'all getting your hustle on. Instead of taking it to the sanitation department or to empty dumpsters, y'all sat here and y'all did this.
Look at this.
And this was after the strike ended. They knew the strike ended. That's why I gotta say, I gotta give a big shout out to the ones that were out here hustling, right? And I seen a few videos, right? And I seen a few of them myself, right? They were picking up trash and they were taking it to the sanitation department, and they had to pay a $20 fee for dropping off that trash. So, they went around, people were calling, they were picking up the trash, that $20 sanitation fee, you see where I'm coming from? And the rest is, boom, to help them with whatever business or whatever it is that they're doing. So they was hustling the right way. But these motherfuckers right here, nah, man, y'all went and just fucking was just throwing this shit outside dumpsters, not giving a fuck. And the crazy part about it is that half people, like, they do this all the time. People is like, they move out and they want to throw shit in front of people's houses. Like, don't do that shit. Ask people if they could, you could put this in front of their house. Here in our neighborhood, right, we talk to each other when people do like some spring cleaning and it's a lot of trash and it might take up the whole curb. What they do is they spread it. Hey, neighbor, can I put this here because it's too much to put in my front? Can I put it here? Can I put it here? And the neighbors help each other. Man, people don't know how to unite. Like, that's why I'm glad I'm able to reach certain neighbors. I'm not able to reach all my neighbors as a leader, but little by little, I've been able to reach as many as I could. And I'm not mad at the ones that I've been able to reach because there's a lot of them. So, in the summertime, we get together. Like, sometimes I can get a lot of them, but see, the majority of the ones that help me out work. And I'm in a neighborhood where we do have a lot of elderly people. So unless the people that are there with them are here, Shorty ends up by herself. So it's crazy. So I do got to give a shout out to those that do help out. Sometimes I do get disappointed because some people do stupid shit outside. But it is what it is. This right here is rude and disrespectful though. Like, really though? And what is that? Like a house? I don't know. That look like some type of establishment. Good. It says several people were arrested for illegal dumping. Good. Arrest they fucking asses because they was warned.
We're seeing a stack of trash, and we're all here getting ready to clean up.
And they see the people trying to clean up. That's some fucked up shit.
And they just start dumping their trash. They're trying to do it real fast, too.
That is wild, yo. So that is what's happening here in Philadelphia. Now, in Zombieland, Kensington. This shit is crazy.
I'm disappointed in DC 33, man. I'm disappointed in DC 33, man.
This is what Kensington looks like.
I'm disappointed in DC 33, man. I'm disappointed in DC 33, man. Y'all really had the bitty rocket with y'all, man. Niggas throwing trash everywhere for y'all. Oh, fuck them niggas, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas really was rocking, bro.
That was on y'all. Why would y'all do that? It's illegal to do shit like that. And I'm saying it because as a leader in my community, I am a part of Make Philadelphia More Beautiful. I am a part of that. Why the fuck would I want to sit here and destroy my own fucking hood? That's why I don't believe in protesting or rioting. And the only language the people with power will understand is fucking boycott. You take away their funds before they take away your sons. And guess what? We're making it easy for any motherfucker to take away our sons. The way we fucking act and behave, we should be fucking ashamed. Malcolm X and all the motherfuckers that became martyrs back in the day, yo, they rolling around in circles in their grave.
Bro, we was littering every day out the car with it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Then the president tell myself, oh yeah, we ain't signing nothing respectable. All we want is respectable pay. Then you sign that bullshit for 3%.
What president?
Man. You let the whole fucking union down, man. Because y'all shouldn't have went the fuck on strike if y'all wasn't willing to go the distance. You gotta be willing to go the fucking distance when you go on strike.
I agree with you on that part. You're right on that part because I just said that earlier. You gotta be willing to go on distance if you're gonna go strike. But they wasn't ready or prepared. None of them was.
Strike. Y'all wasn't willing to go the distance. They called y'all bluffs and y'all fucking folded at 4 o'clock in the morning when everybody was asleep. Y'all weird as shit for that, bro. Y'all weird as shit for that. The workers still ain't got no fucking money. Then they gotta come back to the job and clean up all this bullshit. And they all messed up.
They gotta clean up the same bullshit they told people to do. Because they told people in Philadelphia to do that shit.
Weeks worth of pay, all types of shit. So how good is a fucking union if they ain't gonna fight for y'all? How about y'all cancel them fucking union fees and all that shit that's coming out their check since you ain't giving them no more fucking money? That gotta be the 8% right there. That was corny. I don't care what nobody say. I don't know if it was a whole group project or just the president said, fuck it, man, we gotta just take something. Because at the end of the day, niggas is on cups. Y'all thought the strike was gonna be a couple days and they was gonna be like, all right, fuck it, here. It went a week. Motherfuckers, they get paid. They got that little deuce stipend and saying, oh, this ain't it. I'm disappointed in DC 33, man. Y'all.
It appears they held out for a lot of things that they didn't get. So the mayor initially said she had offered 13.
That shit was crazy. Like, either the deal was good or it wasn't. And it like, yo, I'm telling you, they is playing in the face of the Philadelphia citizens and people not catching on. They playing in our faces.
13.5% raises over 4 years. According to reports, they got 14. So then it becomes the issues, the analysis.
That's a fact. According to the reports, even earlier when I was playing the videos, if y'all been watching since the beginning, right, they got a 14%. They didn't get the 15, but they got 14. So, I mean, he's saying he's not happy. I need to look a little deeper into it, right? Because from the gate, shit been off between Sherelle Parker and him. And what's crazy is, you know, I'm for both sides on some real shit. I got 1 foot in the streets, 1 foot into the politics. You see where I'm coming from? And I'm not going to sit here and take away the credit from Sherelle Parker, what she has done here in Philadelphia. She's done a lot. More than a lot of other mayors, I'm going to sit here and say.
The recap, was it worth it?
I don't think at the end of the day they're going to be happy with it, but I think the reality of it is, you know, how prepared were they to go out? I mean,
it wasn't.
Working class people. None of us can really just forego our paycheck. You know, you're a working class person. How prepared are you? And are you willing to, you know, to sit out that long? And they're in a tough spot. Like, you know, I think the one thing they gained a lot of respect from the city. I mean, because it was pretty much universal hearing people talk like backing the workers.
I don't think it got them much of anything. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got respect from the city, but I mean, this is a gritty city, right?
They ain't get shit. Nothing. Zero. What the fuck? Yo, how quickly can Philadelphia restore essential services like trash pickup, pool access, and street maintenance? And will residents be patient? Does the strike reveal deeper vulnerabilities in how the city operates day to day? Will residents view the return of services as a victory or remain skeptical of city leadership? And I think this made it worse. Can the city rebuild trust with communities that felt neglected during the strike? And I think that's going to be even harder. Can workers trust city leaders to follow through on promises beyond pay raises? And I think what just happened stirred up some shit.
We always going to ride with whoever's going against the establishment. That's just how the city is built, right?
Tell us why, unfortunately. Why you use that word?
Because I'm not happy or satisfied with the outcome of things.
Something
I
off
mean, you
with
were
him.
really dejected. Has your mood changed at all?
No, I'm not dejected. I'm still.
So we seen this part from him, so I'm going forward.
Yesterday about this is the best deal in 30 years.
Over my 4 years.
And we seen that too, so I'm gonna go a little forward. So this is their deal right here. It's gonna show it. And I want anybody that's watching now or anybody that catches the replay, if y'all make it this far, right? Let a shorty know that they get a fair deal, including the 1,500 bonus. Or was it 15,000 bonus? Some shit like that.
Months ago, we signed a 1-year extension.
Oh no, this is not it. This is not the one. I'm sorry. See, I'm gonna skip it. This is not it because I have a video that shows everything that breaks it down. So it's not in this video. I apologize for that. Let's move forward, man. I'm gonna have to do that on part 2. I apologize. I just put my foot in my mouth and I hate doing that. See, damn, Ray. I was prepared, but I fucked up. I spoke a little too fast, a little too ahead of myself.
Took to that press conference before the mayor finally came out and said something publicly in regards to those men and women.
Why you mention that?
Well, the strike is over. Can somebody tell me what the fuck happened? We started out asking for 8%, then 5%, then we got 2.5%, and this is crazy, man. We supposed to be DC 33 strong. I've been saying this shit. People been saying this shit. What the fuck happened? Sherelle Parker did not fold. You went hard, Sherelle. You know what I'm saying? Hard in the paint, 10 toes down, whatever they say. You was not budging. You ain't budge. So, Union took the L on this one. Back to work we go. Whenever they say we back to work, I don't know, but.
So I'm guessing he a city worker. So he's like, shit, Sherelle Parker still 10 toes down. Now they're looking at their leader. See, I'm thinking that the sanitation workers and all the other workers throughout Philadelphia, you know, the majority of that 9,000 is going to be looking at Greg Bover like, dude, did you get paid? Why did you do us like this? Like, they going to be looking at the leader of the union, the president of the union, side eye.
Hey, just wanted to say, we're back at work today.
Oh, yeah, he was a worker. He was a worker.
On strike for 9 days. And it's over. We're back at work. So,
like nothing.
I'm not going to get into no details about what we got, what we didn't get, you know, this and that, whatever. I'm not doing that. Everybody on social media got their own.
And he don't look so happy about what he's getting. So that's why I said he's going to be looking at his leader real side-eyed on some real shit from now on. Man, this is all crazy, yo. This is all I got for y'all tonight, guys. Man, I will be back tomorrow with an update, right? With the press conference, right? With what Sherelle Parker said, right? And I might have some more TikTok videos along with what's happening within the city of Philadelphia, right? So if you ain't subbed up, make sure you sub up, right? Share a Shorty's video. If you wish to, you can smash the like button. The dislike button is right there, man. But that doesn't really help a Shorty out, man. But if you can, share the videos, right? Help a Shorty, man. Bring awareness to the topics that she's talking about. For those of you that are interested in the Writers for Life merchandise, just DM a Shorty, right? Because I gotta fix my website. TikTok's about to come down. So just DM a Shorty if y'all are interested in any of the Writers for Life merchandise. All right, guys. We got book bags. We got hoodies with poems, phrases, and quotes. All right. We got hoodies with our logo. We got T-shirts, caps, hats with our logo. Anybody that purchased the merchandise from a Shorty, this helps a Shorty's cause from, starting the community center and much more. From, helping her channel out and more. So I appreciate each and all of y'all that do support a Shorty, man. Make sure y'all DM a Shorty, right? If y'all are interested in any merchandise. In the meantime, while a Shorty fixes her website, I do got to get that back I gotta, organize it, get the link to it. But we got joggers, we got everything, right? Shorty got her logo out there, right? I do this online and I do this outside too. I'll be, taking my merchandise to the streets. I'll be having fun doing this shit, yo. Making them and selling them. For real, for real. So make sure y'all sub up. All right. Check a Shorty out on Instagram. All right. Because these are one of the, these hoodies right here is one of the most asked for. So I'm going to start making these at home. I got a third party helping me out make these hoodies. So I'm definitely going to start making these from home, Joe. Because this is one of the, everybody loves when a Shorty says this. We building caskets up in here, yo. Rest in peace to hashtag all the predators, yo. But like I say, yo, to all the leaders of Philadelphia, our job is to make Philadelphia more beautiful, right? And to help those that want the help. Those that don't want it, man, they can go kick rocks. But listen, till next time, this y'all Shorty Racheal. I hope all of y'all have a blessed and humble day. Continue to have a blessed and humble morning, man. I'll keep you updated tomorrow. And, we got to make better decisions. Philly, this ain't it. We can do better.
Religiously, understand the 7 principles of hell. You'll understand the 7 demons within you. You'll understand the whole concept. It's a whole metaphysical concept. We ain't go over that, but anyway.